Hello, we are still on Chapter 1, Learning Objective 1.2, Prepare a Balance Sheet. So this is an important financial statement, the balance sheet, that you need to know and that we will use probably in almost every chapter of this book. So it's very, very important, and it follows the accounting equation. So a balance sheet shows the history of a company, reports the financial position as of a particular date. That's very important. So as of a particular date. So for this particular statement, you're not going to say for the period ended December 31st. It's going to be, you're just going to put December 31st, 2000. Because the balance sheet is as of a particular date, as a particular point in time. Okay, it presents ending balances and assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Basically, your accounting equation, right? Assets appear on the left side, liabilities and equity appear on the right side. Now, a balance sheet, sometimes it goes up and down too, but for our purposes, the assets on the left side and liabilities and equity on the right are good, but sometimes you'll see it all up and down on the same schedule. Okay, the balance sheet. So we got our accounting equation up here. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. The balance sheet, this heading right up here is very important. It's the name of the company, Just for Computer Consulting, the title of the report, balance sheet, and then as of a particular date, as I said, it's as of August 31st, 2000, and then X, they just put that because, for example, the textbook might have been written in 2010, and then, by the time you're at 2019, now it's really old because it should be 2020 or, but the X is just there to show for variation. You would actually put the actual year. Okay, so you have assets on the left, liabilities and owner's equity on the right. So assets, remember, every balance sheet will look a little different because they have different assets. This particular company has cash and computer equipment. Okay, so those were the ending balances in those accounts. Cash was $5,500 and then computer equipment. So you take your ending balances and post it on the balance sheet and you get your total assets and then liabilities and owner's equity. A liability was accounts payable. $300 is the ending balance. You might have a total liabilities too if you had more than one liabilities. And then you have owner's equity. Just for capital is the owner's equity account, $6,200. And again, you might have a subtotal for owner's equity if there was more than one. And then you have your total liabilities and owner's equity. Now, looking at this, you can see why it's so important to understand and know which accounts are assets, which are liabilities, which are owner's equity. To do your financial statements, it's really important that you know these the rules of accounting, and a lot of it is just memorization. Okay, so you take your totals here and you add them up on both sides, and a balance sheet, as it implies, is balanced. So it's $6,500 on the left side, $6,500 on the right side. So your assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity, which is your accounting equations. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay, some of the things to note, this is a formal financial statement. So again, the title is very important and should always look similar to this. You always have these titles, classifying the stuff on your balance sheet. The dollar sign should be at the top of every column, and a dollar sign on your totals, and double underscore when two things to mark the end of your financial statement. So study it, memorize it. Just know that assets, our list of assets will grow as we become more familiar and move through the chapters. Our liabilities and owner's equity, it all grow, okay? So you got to learn the basics, memorize it, understand it. Okay, so preparing a balance sheet, this kind of summarizes where I'm saying the heading of the balance sheet provides the following information: the company name, the name of the statement, and the date for which the report is prepared. Use of a dollar sign, placed to the left of each column top figure and to the left of the column's total. A partial balance sheet here, it's showing a single line, means the numbers above it have been added or subtracted. The double line indicates a total. Okay, and that concludes the balance sheet.